Are you ready to be great? Stop letting self-doubt, insecurity, and fear prevent you from building your business. This morning, wake up to success. Here's John Preston.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, October 8th, 2021. Today, we're going to talk about something you learned to do in first grade, or at least I hope you did. Some of you probably learned to do when you were younger than that, and some of you might still struggle with it a little bit. We're going to talk about reading and how important reading is to being successful. You know, one of the interesting things you learn when you start looking into the lives of very, very successful people is how much time they spend learning. You know, years ago, I heard someone say the difference between wealthy, successful people and the difference between the rest of the world is wealthy, successful people have large libraries and small televisions. The rest of the world has big TVs and small libraries. And as I've learned more about what it takes to be successful in the business world, I've learned how true that is. Now, over the weeks and months and years to come, I'm going to suggest a lot of books, and we're going to pull a lot of stuff from books because there's so much wisdom to be found. Quite frankly, the more you learn, the more you earn. I recently read a report on a documentary that was being done on the 10 wealthiest people in the United States. The 10, I should say, self-made wealthiest people. And to see what habits they have in common. And basically they listed their top 10 habits. And of their top 10 habits, there were 2 that were universal across all of them. The first one, as you've probably guessed right now, is reading. All of them dedicate at least an hour a day to education and learning and reading. With some of them, Warren Buffett, for example, spends as much as 4 hours a day reading. Now, I know there's a whole bunch of you that just said, how does he do that? Where does he find the time? But then I'll also bet that many of you who say that spend a significant amount of time in front of the television or on your tablet on Facebook and everything every day. And when you tally up all those, you realize, oh yeah, I am spending that much time doing things. So I'm not saying you need to read 4 hours a day to be successful, but you do need to make learning and reading a part of your life. Now, I'm going to suggest books in here throughout these courses for very specific reasons. A lot of the topics we talk about will be from certain books, but I know the power that has. And just FYI, the other thing that all 10 of the top 10 wealthiest men and women did was make their bed every morning. Now, that's going to be the topic for a later session. But for now, try to dedicate at least an hour a day building your knowledge, reading, and putting your brain to use. And you will find that gives you the confidence you need to be more successful.